My name is Jason Cataldo. I've been cutting hair for 18 plus years. I've been bald for 10 plus years. And yeah, it's a lot of good and bad. So could definitely help you guys out with gaining new confidence and going bald. My first tip would be take control early and start cutting your hair down gradually. Taking it down gradually, you can pretty much start buzzing your sides down shorter. And if you have longer hair up on top, maybe cutting it down to a Caesar length, and just so that way it's not a shock to you or anyone around you when you do decide to go all the way. My second tip would be for hair loss prevention. I would wash my hair regularly to remove the dirt and grime so it doesn't cause your pores to build up and slowly hair growth process, and regularly get scalp massages, which will keep your hair in the aging process, which is the growth process stage of your hair. Just keep your hair healthy. Healthy scalp is healthy hair. So my last tip would be staying healthy, exercising regularly, de-stressing, because stress causes DHT, which is the hormone that thins out your hair and blocks your hair from growing. I would use caffeinated shampoos and finasteride, which are pills you could take, which will either slow down the DHT process or stop it completely, and that will pretty much thicken up your hair. Also taking biotin helps a lot, and just taking your regular vitamins every day. Yeah, just de-stress, try to work out, fish, do something that gets your mind off of work, because work definitely plays a big role in you going bald. Going bald is not easy. For some, it's definitely hard, but you have to look at it in a positive way. Once you stop hiding it, a whole new confidence comes out. Definitely look sharper being bald. More maintenance, but less maintenance, if that makes any sense. Just gotta stay on top of shaving, and you get to just groom everything else. Groom your beard, make sure your eyebrows are good, those ear hairs are good, those nose hairs are good, and besides that, everything else will look a lot sharper on you. Suits, glasses, leather, everything will look a lot sharper on a bald guy than somebody with hair.
Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Stephen Wu. I am a barber at fellow Barber Nomad. I've been cutting hair for about 17 years and dealing with hair loss for about 10 years now. I'm 37. I started noticing my hair loss at around 27 years old. It was quite detrimental at first because, you know, being in the beauty industry, we have a sort of image that we want to upkeep. I wanted to still have hair while also serving my customers. I think what really helped me out was that my brother also dealt with hair loss, and I saw that it took a huge emotional toll on him. And that really helped me relate in a way that I could connect with my clients who are dealing with it also. I feel like personally, when I saw my brother deal with it, he went from a very negative aspect of it. So I just wanted to speak a little bit more about that and help people understand the psychology behind it and how we can adjust ourselves in order to cope with this hair loss better. I do feel like once our mindset shifts on that topic, then we can really own the fact that we are dealing with hair loss. Tip number one is to shift your mindset. Number one, don't see it as a loss. Could be the death of your old self and you beginning to your new self. Number two, always maintain cleanliness, right? Because you're dealing with hair loss, you don't want to feel like, oh, life is over and just letting yourself go. You want to maintain cleanliness. So see your barber. Number three, it is time to step into your new era. You're no longer a boy, you're becoming a man, you know, and there's going to be physical changes and appearance changes, but step into that role. There are options out there if you are not ready to deal with these changes. There are topical medications. There is surgery that you can do. hair transplants, or there's PRP that you can kind of explore, which is where they take blood from your body and turn it into plasma, or take out the plasma and then put it into your head. So it's less invasive. It is sort of invasive, but less invasive than surgery. First of all, I would recommend, because I'm so medicine adverse, I don't want to put sort of like synthetic chemicals onto myself. I personally would probably try PRP first, and then I would go for minoxidil, finasteride topical to kind of maintain, and then if all else fails, probably surgery. But the best thing I've figured out to do is just to accept it. It is part of us. Yeah. So as a barber, I'm here to help you. I've dealt with this myself. My brother has dealt with it. And you know, I'm not a doctor or anything, so I can't really give you medical advice, but what I can tell you is that shape, cleanliness, form also takes a huge part on how you transition into accepting your hair loss. Obviously, hair is not going to just fall right off and you're just gonna have an empty top. Throughout the process, you do want to keep the sides cleaned off so it's not too noticeable. Maintaining more hair up top, you know, really changes the shape of the face. And then again, through the psychological part, accept it. The more you accept it, the more your dress will change, the more your style will change, and it really changes the way you feel about yourself. Whenever you change the way you feel about yourself, you move around, you move about your day differently. Don't think like it's such a defeating thing, because then it kind of deflates you throughout your day. Accept it. It is part of us. We are moving in our timeline, so take it with you. 3 most common reasons that you could lose your hair is your lifestyle. So not exercising, poor blood flow. Smoking, for example, affects the way your blood vessels deliver oxygen, and you know, it shrinks your blood vessels, so it's harder for your hair follicles to receive oxygen, especially at the very top, working against gravity. And then stress, right? So stress is going to really affect your well-being all over your body. Creates higher cortisol levels in your bloodstream, and cortisol fights against insulin, so then you become more insulin resistant and there's more sugar in your blood. So I've also noticed that this happens a lot with people who are in front of the computer screen a lot. You ever notice that whenever you're in front of the computer screen, your face gets oily, right? So does their scalp. Your scalp gets oily, gets clogged up, hair follicles shrink. And if you're in a stressful environment, do get up, go out for a walk, take deep breaths. Some meditation will work. Soothe that calmness in, and stop thinking about the hair loss. The more you think about it, the more stressed you're going to be. As we enter this crossroads in your journey, as you age a little bit more and experience hair loss, some people might experience hair loss at an early age, maybe whenever they're 21, such as my brother. And I know at that moment it can be sort of detrimental, but it's kind of like how you see it. It's all about how you see it and how you carry yourself with it. My brother took it a little bit more on the negative side, and it really affected his lifestyle. Oftentimes he would be out in the streets and saw people laughing, and maybe automatically would assume that people were laughing at his bald head. You know, if you think about it, it can take a really heavy toll on your emotional and mental state if we approach it in this manner. My encouragement is that to remind you that people are not looking at your bald head. People are not talking about your bald head. Bald heads are dime a dozen. They're everywhere. It really depends how you carry yourself. So don't let that be a defining thing about yourself. Do lean into it and, you know, accept it with grace. And, you know, you can definitely upgrade your style to make yourself feel better. And I would say that, you know, there's a lot of famous, successful people out there with bald heads that just own it. really dig into like inspiration from these famous bald guys. Up your style, find ways that exude confidence in the baldness. And I think in this practice, you will find that people are actually more attracted to the way you feel than your head.